Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys how to grow your channel for 2020. I'm going to be giving you all the tips that I've learned to grow my channel throughout the past year and a half probably. Before we get started, just like to say this video is a collab with Brooke Francesca. So she's also a YouTuber like me. She might have some better ideas than me, she might have different ideas to me, so make sure and go and check out her video as well. So the first tip I have to grow a YouTube channel is to have good thumbnails. So thumbnails are the first thing that people see when they go to click on your video. So when you're scrolling through your subscription box, scrolling through the recommended page, even when you search in a video, the thumbnail is the first thing that people look at other than the title. Obviously that can either intrigue someone to click on the video or make them not want to click on the video. So making sure you have a good thumbnail is really important. I have a whole video on how to make thumbnails. Go and check out that video if you want some tips on how to make some thumbnails. Okay, so my next tip is quantity over quality. And you might be like, what? And this is only to a certain extent. With the YouTube algorithm, obviously, the more videos you put out, the more likely you are to get featured on the recommended page, ranked in search. So you've got to make sure you push out so many videos. I've been lacking with my videos recently just because I've had A-levels to focus on, but they are cancelled now, so I am solely focusing on YouTube for the next few months. Making sure you upload like maybe 1 to 2 times a week at least is really going to help your channel grow. Obviously you have more chance of getting your video on the recommended page, so make sure to upload quite often. Still make sure your videos are really good, so maybe spend like 2 hours editing instead of 4, and upload 2 separate videos which took 2 hours each to edit, if that makes sense. So you're still spending the same amount of time but you're uploading twice. And the next one is lighting. I'm being a bit hypocritical right now because it's probably the worst lighting I've ever filmed a video with, because I don't know, the lighting just isn't working today. If your video has good lighting, you do not need a good camera. Like even like some iPhones still have a really good camera quality. You don't need like expensive editing software because you can use your phone. Like I said, like any phone that you have is pretty much good enough quality. And also you can just use free editing software. But yeah, but for lighting as well, that's free as well, because you can just use natural lighting, which is super, like that usually works really well. My next tip also links to thumbnails. I would highly recommend having your thumbnails like kind of match. So like if you have like a red colour scheme or like a black colour scheme, a white colour scheme, a pink colour scheme, whatever, kind of try and stick to either a colour scheme or a font type. Try and come up with a theme that will suit your channel, your aesthetic, and then your channel views will go up, because if people clicked on that thumbnail because they like that thumbnail, they're going to click on your other thumbnails and watch more of your videos rather than clicking onto someone else's video after they watch yours. And then my next tip is to do videos that are trending, or do videos about topics that are trending, but also create videos with a value. If you know how to do something that people will search how to blah blah blah, then them videos always do well because people always search it. So I highly recommend doing like tutorials on like how to do something like that's like a hairstyle, or making a bracelet, or editing YouTube videos, whatever. I highly recommend doing that. Also just follow trends. So yeah, by follow trends I mean like say like what the big YouTubers are doing, but if like loads of them have done it and it's like 2 weeks later, then just put your own twist on it. So you've got to make sure you get the trend quite early. So for instance, like about a year ago, 24 hours in my car were really popular, and everyone who did them pretty much blew up within that like week. Like you've got a week to kind of like get it in. If people upload it now, they won't really get as many views because there are so many of them videos now. So every single Christmas, the typical videos like what I got for Christmas or my Christmas wish list come around, and I last year uploaded my Christmas wish list super early, so then it was like the first one of that year, and I did see positive effects to that, so that's a really good thing to do. And also like what I got for Christmas, upload that like on Christmas Day. Okay, so the next tip is to find a niche. I have not yet done this. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people say just experiment with every single type of video, and then when one video blows up and kind of then the second video related to that blows up, then that's your niche, like that is your niche then. So I'm still waiting for one of my videos to like properly blow up to find my exact niche. Yeah, at the minute I'm just experimenting with a bit of everything, and I recommend to do the same because then you can see what you actually enjoy filming, editing and uploading. So I recommend experimenting with a lot of different niches. Okay, so the next tip, a lot of you might be like, no, but I would recommend telling people about your channel, telling people about your videos. If you tell someone that you know about your videos, they are more likely to watch more of that video. If I was to tell my auntie that I had a YouTube channel, she is more likely to watch the entire video than someone finding me on their homepage, which means that you get a higher watch time, which then ultimately means that your video gets pushed out to more people. So even though it takes a lot to tell people about your channel, just tell them and just do it. I have now actually told basically everyone about my channel. I like told people on my Snapchat story the other day, I was like, hey, I have a YouTube channel, watch my videos. So I was watching one of Canon Marie's videos, and she mentioned that she told everyone that she was gonna start a YouTube channel before she even started it, because then she was like in control. So if someone found out about a YouTube channel, which they wouldn't because she'd already told them, then they wouldn't be able to be like, ha, I found your YouTube channel, and then it would be like really embarrassing. So she told people about her YouTube channel before she even started, which is honestly, that takes guts, but like I think people are getting a lot more accepting of kind of like the whole people wanting to be like influencers and have YouTube channels and post like fashion stuff on Instagram. I think people are getting a lot more accepting of that now. But yeah, I've gone on a complete tangent there. I highly recommend telling people because people you know are more likely to watch more of your video. Okay, and then the next tip I have kind of links into this. Make sure you have a high watch time. And if you didn't know, having a high watch time means that YouTube will push your video out. If you don't have a high watch time, then YouTube won't push out your video. So say if you upload like a 10-minute video and your average watch time is like 45 seconds, like YouTube is not going to put that on the recommended page because then people aren't watching YouTube for longer. So make sure you entice people in the start, and make sure you have no parts where it's kind of like a bit boring and a bit flat. Make sure that your entire video is engaging and people want to know what the next thing is. So for instance, like if you start the video off really boring, it might actually be a really good video in like after 2 minutes, but people are going to clicked off by then, so there's literally no point of it being a good video. So yeah, I highly recommend just enticing people the entire time. When you're editing, watch it back after you've edited it and go, oh, I got a bit bored there, I kind of zoned out. Edit that bit out, cut that bit out, because people are going to click off. If you are bored of watching that part of your video, then everyone else will be. So that's just a big tip. And then another tip that kind of links to this as well is make longer videos. It's kind of annoying. YouTube doesn't work on percentage of watch time, it works on the amount of watch time. If you put on like a 2-minute video and your watch time is 2 minutes, like that's obviously really good because that's the entire video. But then if you put on a 10-minute video and your watch time is like 3 minutes, which is only 30% like of the way through, YouTube still counts that as better watch time than the other one. But yeah, that's how YouTube works with pushing the videos out due to watch time. So yeah, make sure your videos are long but not too long. I try and aim for like 8 to 15 minutes my videos. Sometimes I go less just because I haven't got enough footage, and then sometimes I go way higher, which is fine to be honest. It's just whatever happens, but try and make your videos a bit longer. And then my last tip is to get into search. So I have been really trying to do this at the minute. Okay, so for instance, in my last video where I did Netflix recommendations, I actually searched in the search bar Netflix recommendations and looked at all of their thumbnails and looked at all of their titles for inspiration. I kind of pinched their ideas, so like the way they set out their thumbnail, if they used a logo, I'd used a logo. if they used red in their title, because obviously red links to Netflix, so people are more likely to click on it, then I use red. The way to grow on YouTube before one of your videos blows up is definitely getting shown on search, because in reality your videos are not going to be put on people's recommended pages really, unless you get super lucky, but even then, like, they'll probably only be put on like maybe 100 people's recommended pages. So the best way to grow is to get on the search page, as in like when you search for a thing, get your video ranked on search. But yeah, that is all my tips for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you can all now grow your channels, and if I helped, please let me know down below. And also make sure to check out Brooke's channel, because obviously this is a collab with Brooke and her channel is so good. And yeah, now because we're all in lockdown, we are all uploading so often. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope it really did help, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!